Thank you for coming to your stretch class. This will be just 15 minutes and it is all stuff that you can do without any equipment at all. So if you just have a Pilates or yoga mat or carpet, some soft area, because there's a couple of things that we'll be laying down for. Fantastic. So just thanks for joining. Thanks for making time, and we will get started right now. So open up your hips, open up your feet. Go ahead, space your toes out nice and wide, thinking of that nice grip, that nice plug and plant down through all of your toes, your heels. Shake out your arms, your hands, and then just go ahead, after you've had a moment to just let the day kind of wash over you, let this be your nice time for you here and now. Bend your knees, bring the arms up overhead, big ol' reach up to the sky, reach, and then exhale, let it go. Shake out the arms, shake out the hands, shake out the fingertips. We got 2 more, just like that. So nice big bend in those knees. Reach the arms up overhead, stretch, lengthen. As you're lengthening up, try to look up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and then let it go. Shake it out, shake it out. One more time. Nice bend in those knees. Reach the arms and palms extending up towards the ceiling. Stretch it up. And then on that exhale, let the arms come down. Shake it out, shake it out. And then slowly thinking about just easing into this forward fold. Let the hips and the lower back guide you down vertebra by vertebra. Once you're into that lowest point, that extension point, you can shake out your head. Just do a little shake out from the neck. And then we'll slowly start to extend and round all the way back up again. But be slow, controlled with it. Don't feel like you have to rush any of this stuff, particularly the stretches. We just want to go slow and controlled with it, just easing into it, paying attention, listening to your body. Reach the arms up overhead once you're on that lift, and then exhale. Let those arms go. Shake it out, shake it out. Flip it, so if you are on a mat, you're going to be able to extend yourself back, because we're going to take it into a downward facing dog stretch next. So slowly walking it on down, palms come down, feet are going to go back, head's going to do that little shake out again. And once you're in that position, drop the right knee to pedal out, drop the left knee to pedal out. So you're just getting a little bit of that movement through the legs as the hips are opening up, and as you're hopefully feeling the low back and hamstrings, your calf muscles, before we take it down to the knees, where we'll go next into a cat-cow stretch. So palms are going to stay plugged down, knees are going to come on down to the ground in 5. And just thinking about that breath, send your air where it needs to go in 4. Any point you need to take a break. But in 3, in 2, and 1, go ahead, meet me on the ground. Knees are going to come underneath those hips. Palms should be plugged down underneath your chest. And when you're doing the plugging down of the palms, try to just think you're spacing your hands, you're spacing out your fingertips. So you've got a nice firm grip down onto the floor. And then rounding through the spine, curling up in that C curve. Let your chin draw into your chest. Try to puff up from the upper back. And then on that release down, you're going to let the hips open up. Try to let your tailbone even guide you, so you're popping out the butt, essentially. Let the belly drop out. Let everything kind of go. Head can pull back. And then do that about 2 to 3 more times. Just, again, taking note of how you're feeling. Maybe everything's really tight in the shoulders. You can relax the head a little bit on that lift. Or maybe it's the lower back embracing all of the seated stuff that you've been doing all day. Try to let it go. Try to get that, gaining some flexibility and some release through the hips. And then after you've done a couple of those ones, we're going to go ahead, lower it down, and extend ourselves on back into a child's pose. But I also want you guys to open the knees up a little bit wider. So after those last couple cat-cows, extend the knees so you're pointing out wide, and then reach the arms all the way up away from where your knees are. The hips are going back and down. So it's an oppositional stretch here where arms are reaching away, tailbone is pulling you back. Imagine like you're being gripped from the tailbone, somebody's pulling back behind you to help open up the hips. And then just breathe. Once you're in it, just try to find your airflow, whatever is going to be natural and nice for you. And just taking note. Again, do that body assessment. Maybe this feels terrible. Come on out of it. Shake out the hands. Get some water. Maybe you're like, no, this feels actually okay today. Great. Just holding it and breathing for another 10 seconds. Nicer inhales, nicer exhales. Maybe you can let your forehead drop down on the floor. Maybe you've got a mat or a towel you can put there. But in 5, in 4, 3, in 2, we'll come on up. and 1. So go ahead, come on up out of that child's pose stretch. Bring the knees so they're now going to be closer together. So instead of having that nice wide space out, so knees are still pointing forward, we're going to take the arms, reach up overhead. So go ahead, stretch. You're kneeling here, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, bring the arms back down behind your lower back, pop the hips out, try to drop the elbows and shoulders back here. And then we'll slowly, if you can, slowly try to pull the elbows and shoulders back down a little bit more as the head lifts up. This might feel horrible. Like, I do not like this stretch, but it is good to open up the chest, the back. Just try to do what you can. In 3, we'll come out of it. 2, and 1. This one always feels horrible for my wrist, but like there's good stuff to this. So shake it out, shake it out. And now we're gonna, one more thing on the knees. We're gonna interlace the fingertips and hands back behind you. If doing this back is not good for your body, or you're like, I cannot do that, pull back, just take the hands back behind you. So as you lean into this one, the arms can extend back. I am going to try and do this little grip here with the hands. So lowering down into that forward fold, head goes down, arms are going to lengthen and stretch up. Just take it to where you can and just try to, again, find that breath. If you got to come out of it, come out of it. But we should feel the shoulders pull up and back, and your hips and butt should be on those heels. So just try to find that reach, that stretch away for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then come on out of it. Shake out those hands, those wrists, and then come on down. We're done with that one. Come on down now to your tailbone seated position. You're going to keep the left knee angled and open to the side. Your right knee is going to point open forward. So just think right knee pointing this way, left knee pointing this way, and then your heel should be pulled back as close as you can get it towards your butt on that right side. So after you've got this little like pretzel position going on, shake out the hands again, shake out the shoulders. Let's draw that left arm across our chest. So you're going to extend, feeling that reach and that pull away, hopefully from behind the shoulder. And if you're comfortable turning your head, look over that left shoulder. Maybe you can give a little pull to get even deeper from back behind that shoulder. And then just slowly come back into center and do that one more time. Either that little pull away, or you can look over that shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll go ahead and extend that left arm, reach it up so you're getting that side stretch. Do whatever you want with the right hand. Maybe you want to keep it on your hip, on your leg, or you can bring it back behind you where that right shin is. Whatever you're comfortable with. We're just trying to get a little bit more of that release up and open through that left side of your torso now. And just finding that breath again for 5. Give yourself some credit for doing the stretch work. The movement's good for you. In 3, even if it doesn't always feel great. In 2, and 1. And we're now going to shake that arm out, shake that wrist out. From here, take your left hand, bring it on top of your head. Just slowly pull your head over to that left side. Take an inhale, take an exhale, bring your head back up center, and now cup the hand at the back of the head, pull the elbow forward, drop the head down. So you're just getting a little more, hopefully, release through that neck for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up. Good. Shake out that hand, shake out that right hand. Keeping the left knee in this position, go ahead, move the right leg back open. So you're opening up that hip, it's taking out of the side. Do a little toe wiggle, a little shoulder shake out, and then we're going to go ahead, turn the torso and hips towards that right leg and just gently ease in, try to ease into this side stretch here. Getting maybe as close as you can to your knee today. If today's the day where you're like, no, Katie, I cannot do that. Just turn the torso, get that movement through the hips. Try to give yourself credit for doing something, and then ease into it, because we still have about 15 seconds on this one. But again, you know where you're at today, so you got to come out of it. That's fine. Don't get hurt. Don't push it too hard where you're like, this is straining in a bad way. It should feel probably like a little bit of pullback. I have no clients, no students that I know are immediately able to just like go immediately into these, and it feels great. Or we got to work on it. Progress happens over time. So just try to breathe for another 3, 2, and 1. Yay, good. And then go ahead, lift on up out of that. Shake out the hands, shake out the shoulders again. Pull the left leg and the right leg in towards one another. So we're now in this butterfly stretch. Heels are going to connect together. Elbows are going to pull back in towards your belly button. And then just slowly start to pull yourself gently into this movement where you're getting a lot of benefit for the low back. You're also trying to help open up the hips. Like you can tell I have one side that doesn't want to release at all, or it's like nobody's even. So just maybe do a little side to side if that feels good. Maybe that feels terrible. Then just try to drop the head, drop the shoulders, and find your breath as you just try to do something good for the hips for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, go ahead. Come on up out of that. Roll the shoulders down and back for 3, 2, and 1. And now let's go ahead. We'll kick that left leg out. We're going to do kind of the opposite. Well, not the opposite, but not as concise order. We're going to just do left leg stretches out. This right heel should pull in, and then turn your hips, turn your torso towards that leg, and then we'll slowly start to walk into that side stretch. Maybe this side feels awful. That's okay. Just try to go into it to a degree that you're going to feel the benefit from the lower back. That hip opens up. Maybe wiggle the toes on that left foot. Like this side is way more limited for me today, so this is my stop point. Just do what you can and send that air maybe to your hamstrings. Maybe wiggle the toes again. Maybe just close your eyes for a second if this is like the only time you have for yourself today. Away from all the other stressful stuff, just go with it and breathe for another 8 seconds. That's it. In 7, we'll go into that star stretch. In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, lift on up. And now we'll pull that left leg back. So try to ease into it. Again, that hip might not be as happy about it. So left leg is now extending back. Left knee is opened up to at least for me, I've got the mat at the corner edge, and then right knee is still opened up to the side. After you've got that action happening, take the right arm, lengthen, we'll lift it up so you're going to get that side stretch for that right oblique. Wherever you're comfortable with the left hand, it can go behind that leg. Maybe you want to just have it rest on that top quad. Do that, but just trying to find that reach and that niceness opening up from the side of your torso. It's just for about 10 more seconds. That nice inhale, nice exhale. You can do a hand extension, open up the palm. I mean, trying to crack your hand. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. It's like, whatever feels good. Maybe it does feel good to kind of crack your knuckles here. But we've got another 3, 2, and 1. Then bring that arm down, shake it out. And now pull that right arm across your chest so you're extending over your body. And this one, it might not feel the same for you as it does for me. So if you're in this and you're like, yeah, I don't feel this at all, Katie, change where you're gripping and trying to find that pull. That's going to help you get from back behind that shoulder, that tricep, even the delt. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. Maybe you got to drop the shoulder down. But if you're comfortable, go ahead, look over that right shoulder now, just taking it in that neck to rotate over, twisting just a little bit, and then come back in center. And then if you're able to, we'll do that one more time. So slowly just feeling the head pull over that shoulder. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back in. And then now we'll take that right hand, bring it on top of your head, and then just slowly pull your head over that side. So we should get a little bit more of that release through the side of that neck. Maybe close your eyes, take that breath in, take that breath out, and then bring the head back up center. Recup so the back of your palm is pretty much the back of your skull. Draw the elbow forward. Now drop your head down and just try to let your neck and head relax down into that stretch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then slowly bring your head back up, lift. Good. Shake out that arm, shake out that hand, and then we'll go ahead, get out of that pretzel position. You can even pull both of your knees into your chest, give yourself a little hug back. I'm going to move this way just so I can stretch my legs out. So if you've got space or you've got a mat, go ahead, stretch those legs all the way out. Do a little foot wiggle, do a little toe wiggle again. Take a second to do that little wrist and hand shake out. We're going to extend, lengthen the arms up overhead so you're reaching up to the sky. And we're going to circle the arms back. You're going to try and bring the fingertips to face back behind you as we pop the chest open. Let the neck, collarbone expand out wide. Try to open up the chest and just let your legs stretch out in a way. So this is where you're just letting the head drop down. Find your breath in, find your breath out. And then as we go into this next movement, think of the shoulders rotating and pulling forward. Like if I were standing there in real life and I was pushing on to your upper back, the shoulders are going to pull forward. So round, and then reopen again. Just trying to find that chest expansion, opening up for your lungs. Maybe letting the head drop back down again. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1, and drop those shoulders back down. Yay. I know it looks weird, but it does good stuff the upper body, and then release it. From here, then we'll go ahead, take it back up into your standard, just classic seated position. Wiggle the toes again. Do a little rotation to open the feet and toes wide. So you're now letting the pinky toes drop down, and then rotate back in. Maybe got to open the feet a little bit more. So just find that rotation internally and externally through the legs, through the hips. Again, I know it doesn't look like much, but it's good in the hip sockets and the mobility and through the ankles and the feet. Just a couple of these is all you need. Just a little open, a little close. And then we'll go ahead, bring those feet to being back parallel. Take the arms up overhead, so just do that nice reach up, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then on the exhale, circle the arms out wide to the sides, slowly dropping into your forward fold. The only one of the seated ones today for the forward fold stretch. So I don't want you to push yourself to a degree for this one where you're like, yeah, I got to get really far and low and your chest really close to your legs. Don't worry about that. Just let your head try to relax and give yourself, again, that moment where you're thanking your muscles in your body. Give yourself credit for trying, making the effort and time to get a little bit, maybe deeper. If not, that's okay. Just hold it and breathe for 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, and 1, and then lift on up. Good job. After that, we can just finish out with the regular inhale, exhale, just how we started. So go ahead, come on up to the standing position. You can keep feet hip distance for this one. Do a little shake out from the hands and the wrists again. Maybe pedal the knees out, a little ankle roll, whatever feels good. And we'll take those knees. Big bend, reach the arms up to the sky. Stretch, 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 lengthen up. And then exhale, let it go. Shake it out, shake it out. You did great. Thank you for joining today.